Hi, good morning, everyone. So here I'm going to record the lesson, and this first lesson is about the 3D part of the AutoKit. What I mean with the 3D part, I mean all the software, all the repository or the online resources that belongs to the 3D print and modeling and customization of AutoKit. So first of all, this is Tinkercad. This is one 3D CAD software that I highly recommend for many reasons. First of all, it's free. Okay, it's browser based. Okay, so you don't have to download and install any program. Okay, with this and more than other than the 3D CAD area has also a part of that belongs related to block codes and simulation of electric board as Arduino and others. Another software that we are going to use and see later on is Slicer, a Slicer program. Now I'm going to show you this one because it's one that works fine on Macintosh, on Mac OS. But there are many more. There are Prusa. I will Cura. I will set up a list in the report of this lesson. So in order like this, everyone can choose maybe the one that fits better with the printer and so on. And also we're going to take a look to the Auto Academy. Okay, let's call it like this, where we can find all the information, the guides, and so on. Okay. Move over to Tinkercad. This is the URL, tinkercad.com, easy. And you should land on this page. What we're going to do, first of all, I'm going to scroll down and show you that right here below Autodesk, there is the language selector. Okay, I'm going to set it in English for now for the lesson, but as you can see, there are many, and you can find maybe something more close to your, for example, Spanish. I don't know if there is. No, nothing for Croatian, I'm sorry. By the way, English is better every time. So there are two ways to get access to the software, to the page. Or a sign up to Autodesk, or if you press on login, you're going to ask you for this one. Right now, I'm going to make an access with a personal account, okay? And as you can see, there are many options to sign in, okay? Google or Facebook, up to you. I'm going to use with Google. So, what I'm going to find, this is something as a dashboard that you are going to find. Sorry, sometimes I can feel a little bit surprised of what I see because Tinkercad is something that the interface changes very, very fast, almost weekly. By the way, up here in the header of the website, we have different button menu items. So under the Tinker area, as you can see, there is many options. iPad app. Okay. There is a link to Fusion 360. This is nice. This is a new feature. Nice. By the way, 3D design, circuits, as I told you, and code blocks. Of course, we're going to 3D design for now. Start tinkering or join a class. Just a little focus on this class. And then we can see also here in Classroom. What is it? They integrated a classroom system. I'm going to show you. Where you can set up a classroom. I'm going to think about if it's a good way to use this one for us or a Google Classroom. I will choose in the next hour, okay? Maybe we can talk a little bit together about that. By the way, it's a nice feature too, just to have much more control on group and so on, okay? Maybe I will do a short video, a brief video about how to use it, okay? By the way, coming back from here, we are going to select in which area we are going to work. Gallery is a nice feature. Gallery is like a social area, a social media area for Tinkercad, where you can search for other model, other works, and so on. And sometimes you can take it, you can remix it, customize it, and use it for print and so on. And you can also upload your stuff and share it with the people. As you can see already here, there is also, a like button to express if you like something or not. Project. This is something a little bit more complete. Those are complete project. Maybe they're not only about 3D printing or 3D modeling, but there is also some electronics, mechanics, and so on. This is very nice to explore, actually. Classroom, as I told you. And there is also a part of resources. This is very nice because there is a learning center, there is also lesson plans to use in classrooms, and this is very nice, and maybe I will show you later. Coming back to the 3D area, let's use 3D design. And, okay, here there is a little bit to show up, some getting started, and so on. Some exercises. Start tinkering. Designs. Here there is a collection of projects. Okay, I have many of these, by the way. There is some also that I did for circuits and so on, but we go up here with the button New. 3D design, circuits, or code blocks. 3D design. Okay. What do we have here right now? This is our working area or work plane. As you can see, is a grid. One of the square, I don't know if you can see, but there is a square with a millimeter. Okay. taking a look at the interface. Okay, first of all, basic command with mouse. For example, if I click with the first click, so left button, I just select, okay, and I can open also some selection window. With the right click button, if I click and hold the button, I move the space, the work plane. Okay. Another feature is the wheel. Of course, if you scroll down or up, you're going to zoom the area. And if I click and hold the wheel button, I'm going to move the plane in this way, dragging around the plane. Very easy is to bring up shapes. Let's take a cube, just for the purpose of showing better other stuff. For example, if we move here on the left side, first of all, there is this cube. As you can see, there is route on each side, top, front, right, and so on. This cube, as you can see, is something like a navigation cube, okay? And if we click with left mouse button on a position, it's going to move us directly on that position. Also, there is arrow if you're going to move or lose the point. And with left click, we're going to move it. This is very useful. We'll see later why. Moving on. Let's say that we are like this, and we need to come back to the initial view. Home view is this icon on like a house. And I can see. I'm going to do it again. If somehow we are going to lose our project in a place where we cannot find it anymore, we are messing around and so on, just click home. And we come back to the initial view. Okay, now I'm going to click on the shape, and I'm going to move the area around, away. With the second button, what we're going to do, we're going to fit the view to this object. Let's say that we have many objects. As you can see, I'm dragging and drop stuff. Okay, let's say that the cylinder, the cone, sorry, is around there. We have selected, but somehow we cannot reach it, we cannot see it, we are losing a little bit. If I click this one, directly zoom in to the selected shape. Then there is plus and minus button. And of course, it is about zoom, the same thing that we can do with the mouse wheel. Last of this button, let's get back to home. Okay, this last button is very, very important because give us the switch between perspective view, sorry, or flat view, okay, in orthographic view. What the difference about? Of course, this orthogonal view is not nice to watch. Okay, doesn't have a nice aspect to watch, but is very useful when we need to put in an exact position, where we need to select and make quotes and measurements and so on. As you can see, perspective way is not very clear in this kind of view because there is perspective effect, and especially we cannot. It's not very easy to get if it's something really in orthogonal way, if something is rotated in one of the axes and so on. So I prefer to not. It depends. Because if you're going to build something that should be something like a city or an object, it's nicer to watch it in a 3D environment with a perspective view. It's much more as a simulation of the shapes, but it's not very useful when we need to move, to make shapes and so on. We will see later why I'm saying like this. Okay, by the way, I'm going to with the left click, I'm going to select these three shapes. I'm going to do it again with a window. And as you can see here, this icon became, as you can see, now there is only this one. It's a paste. I don't know what what he copied, but by the way, now they are light gray. When I'm going to select some shapes, other stuff became more dark. You can follow up what I'm doing directly on your computer if you have time. It's very easy. That's why I'm going very slow and going to repeat the stuff. By the way, so we are going to highlight this kind of icon. There is copy. Okay, that means that if you're going to copy, we're going to copy this one and then paste. We can duplicate. I'm going to show you later, and I'm going to or delete, and I'm going to delete it right now because I want to clear the space. Of course, if I did a mistake, there is the magical keyword Control Z, and is the universal key, okay? And or there is this arrow, redo or undo. Classical, okay? I'm going to switch to perspective view and get back to in a home view. So I'm going to delete also this one. I'm going to take from 0 a cube and see what happened to the panel, to the interface. Okay. We just drag and drop from here. So when we click with left click on a shapes, there are a few things that are showing up. Okay, Let's start from this 4 square on the base of the cube. As you can see, every time you cross in hover, you pass in hover through these kind of icons, they're going to be highlighted in red. And this one, we are going to see it later. By the way, if I'm going to click, I'm going to stop it in there. What happened? Here we see quotes. What does it mean? That we can get input of our measurements in millimeter. So, of course, if I need to have this one 10 centimeter long, I'm going to input 100. I can do it also manually. Let's do Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. I can do it manually. I'm going to click and hold with the left mouse click, mouse button, and I'm going to drag. And this is in 3D in both of the dimension of the direction. Ctrl Z. But as you can see, it's much more comfortable like this. If you need to be exact. Okay, I was like this with this button, the second one on the left. We are going to set up to fit the view to the shape. It's very useful, very fast and useful. The same thing that I did here on the base, I can do it here for the height, for the base, sorry, for the width. Okay. Let's do it for the height. Let's do it that we want to do a new cube. And that's it. A faster way to do that, if I'm going to click and hold with the left mouse button on one of this triangle and holding on the keyboard the shift button, the shape automatically resize itself in a regular way, in a constant ratio. And this is very useful. So like this, if you want to enlarge, for example, make it bigger, a shape, we can do it with one click and one key on the keyboard, with the shift key, with the shift button on the keyboard. So I'm holding right now, for repeating, left mouse button, click and hold, while holding the shift button on the keyboard. Let's say that we need to move from the 0 level, let's say, this shape. We are going to use this kind of arrow on the top, above the shape. And with this one, we are going to move. As before, if I go there and click, I can input, exit. If you want to move it back to 0, we can do it manually or with typing down the input. And we can also move under Who knows for which purpose, but we can do it. Let's back to 0. Okay. Last thing on this kind of selector is this one. This one is to rotate, is for rotate. Right now, as already a little bit of a snapping effect, but it is just a connection issues. Okay, usually is free to rotate, but if we hold shift, also in this case, we rotate on 45 degree, fixed. And it's very useful, especially in this case. Okay. Now, every time that we select a shape in our working area, let's add another one, this panel shows up. Let's say, stay on the, oh no, okay, it's nice to see. Let's start from, for example. First of all, here there is solid or whole. If you click on solid, we can choose between many color. You can also choose between to have it or solid or transparent. Okay, this is just for an interface purpose right now. Okay, I mean, the color that we see here is not the color that we are going to print. Okay, it doesn't match automatically. If you click here, this one became transparent. Is not transparent, is whole, is like hollow, is empty. This is solid, this is empty. Later on, in few minutes, we are going to discover, to understand why this is not transparent, but empty, and this is solid. Also, if transparent. Transparent here is just a color. Solid or whole, empty, is two condition of the solid, of the shape. Perfect. So get back to the here. Radius. If I'm going to move the cursor of radius, I'm going to shape down, to round up, sorry, the corners. And more I'm going to shape down, more is going to be much more closer to a sphere. Okay? Let's stay like this, in the middle. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, it's a nice shape. It looks like a pod where to charge the earphone, the AirPod, actually. And by the way, second command is steps. If I'm going to step down, there are less shapes or mesh on this curve, in this rounded border. More I'm going over to the maximum, more is shaped and rounded. It's not really rounded. This is something that belongs to 3D and computers. Okay. All of you knows the formula for a circular, for a circle. So is radius for P. Radius for 2 divided, sorry, radius for 2 divided P, where P is an infinite number. But we have always to remember that in this environment, we are in a closed environment, in a binary system, 0 and 1. So even if we get close to have a rounded shape for the computer, for CAD system, is impossible to give you an exact rounded shape, because it cannot calculate in this kind of environment an infinite number. Okay, that's it. Sorry for this little parenthesis. Let's back here. Okay, as we can see here, with these steps, here is the sides, but they do almost the same things. Okay, don't worry about that. Steps. Then from here, we can also set up measurement directly from here. Length, width, and 8. Okay. If we move over here, as I said, there is a little bit different, but we just need to watch what they're doing. It is going to add more sides, so something more circular for the eyes. Bevel. The bevel is the same of this radius. It's like a curve on the corner, on the main corner, bottom and top. More the bevel, more is like the radius, actually. With segment, I'm going to make it more soft and smooth. Okay. Now, let's build something. Let's say that we are going to, we want to do a mug for a tea, for milk, chocolate, or whatever. So around here, the first things that we are going to look up is the more closer shape. And right now, sorry, for us is cylinder, I guess, right now. Let's start with the most common, cylinder. Okay, let's input, let's do it big. I'm using a left click on the little square for length and width, and for 8. Okay, let's make it a little bit more nicer. Okay. I'm going to put also bevel, maybe not so much, but you know, okay, a little bit more smooth. But we said that we're going to do what? A cup. Very far away from a cup. Okay, so, and if we look around the interface, we cannot see, we see nothing that can help us to, you know, to erase something, to delete some material, some 3D solid material. Okay. Okay, one can say, but this one, I'm going to show you later what is this one, but it's not. We don't need it for our purpose now, for our need. So, how are we gonna do? We can take it on this one, or we take another cylinder, and let's say that we using the shift button on the keyboard and clicking and holding the left mouse button. I'm going to enlarge it and make it, I don't know, like this, and a little bit higher. And I'm going to, put it in place. Now, what I told you before, if I want to do it manually, I'm going to change the color. So like this, okay. Now, it's not easy to put it in the middle. If I want to try to put it in the middle, okay, now I'm a little bit trade, I can find that. It's not easy, okay, in a perspective way. If I go into a flat view, I'm missing the perspective effect, but I can move in a much more exact way things. There is also another item that can help us on that. And to show you, if we're going to select two shapes with the windows, or we can click on the first shape and then holding Control button or Command button if you are on Macintosh. Sorry, with Shift button. We selected two shapes, as you can see here in this panel. Shapes are two. On top here, now there are three different icons that we can see. Group is not the case what we need now. Align and mirror. What we need is align. Okay. With align, we can see this button, let's say like this, with this little round circle all across this square. So if I'm going to click here and here, it's going to move it in the corner of this square around the two shapes. Opposite. And of course, middle and middle. So now is centered. Okay. Right now, I'm going to select again because I want to try to make it together using group. So now it's just one shape. That is the sum of the two shapes that we used before. Okay. So, but this is not a cup. I cannot drink in here. So let's get back, or using undo command, Control Z or the arrow, or simply with this selected, I'm going to, okay, sorry, like this. Now I'm going to switch to multicolor. It's going to retain the original color of the two different shapes, all different shapes involved in this join. Okay, like this and like this. So right now I need to click on this, for example, I'm going to make more size and also a bevel like this. Now, if I'm going to switch to transparent, and I'm going to join again, group again, sorry, we have the same problem as before. So, ungroup, and instead of having transparent color, I'm going to transform this shape, this blue shape, sorry, this cylinder, this blue cylinder, into an empty object, hole. If I'm going to group now the two shapes, now we have a hole. And this is the first things to learn. I mean, one good exercise to learn about this, how to think in a 3D modeling environment, because now we need to use some of the command we saw before. So I'm going to ungroup again, because we have a hole like this in the bottom. And I'm going to select only this one. I'm going to move it up. Again, that's the reason why I prefer, when I have to move, to use this orthogonal view in order to have a better understanding of what was going on. Okay. Okay, now is almost a nice cup. Okay, but we need an handle for this cup. Okay, let's do it. So, sorry, I do it very fast. I'm going to watch around here. There is something that can fit my purpose. There is this tube, but I don't like it actually. In this case, I prefer this torus. So I'm going to drag and drop it from the catalog of basic shapes. Drag and drop from there. Now I'm going to click to one of these white square with the left mouse, click and hold, holding Shift on the keyboard, and to make it a little bit bigger in a constant. Let's say that we like it like this. For sure, we have to rotate the object. Let's do it from this side. And I'm going to do it freehand. Okay, I am lucky. There is a snap, or I'm going to use also here. Sorry. What I'm doing, selecting the shape, I'm going over this arch double arrow. And while there is this grade, I'm going to click the left mouse button and hold it, and hold it, the shift button, and dragging in order to move it in a snap, with snap. Snap to 45 degrees. I'm going to release first the mouse button and then the shift, so that this stays in place. So now I'm going to switch to a flat view, exact in front. I'm going to move, let's say this is the height that we wanted. On top. And let's okay. I don't like it like this. Maybe like this is better. Okay, but now how can I put it right in the middle to have it, you know? Nice. Place. Let's do like this. Let's select the two shapes and here use align. Okay. When this little button became gray, it means that the objects are right placed in that position. Okay, right now it's like this. If I do like this, I'm going to select both of the shapes and I'm going to do group. It can be, but this one, not nice. Ungroup, and I'm going to ungroup again, like this. This one became again visible and present. And now if I'm going to select all the three shapes, as you can see here, we have our shape. Then our cup, sorry. Let's say that we need to save it. So here you can see there is a name. This is a random name, okay, that Tinkercad gives you to all the project. First, okay, and this is right now is saved with this name. How to save the project? Let's say that we are satisfied, we have done with the work. We simply click here on this square, colored square. It's getting back. Here, there is all the collection of our 3D project. I have many also because I've done many, you know, lessons to groups and so on. These other exercises did it from guys. There are actually many. I have to clean up a little. This is something for the drone, ashtrays, even if they are minors. I don't tend to use ashtrays, but you know, many things. By the way, let's get back to the first page. So like this, we can have also a look here. So if we move with the mouse in hover on one of these objects, we can see all the setting. Is it private, when is going to be added, the date of adding, the title, and there is Tinker this, it means that we are going to get back to modify, to work on it. With this one, properties, duplicate, add to class activity, add to collection, or delete. Let's say that I need to delete this one. Maybe this one. Delete. Delete. Properties. Name, description. We can make tags for our collection. Privacy. Share link or public. The license, this is a license about common creatives. I will spend 30 minutes in a future lesson. This is something complementary, okay? For now, we don't need it. And save changes. We do something. Let's get back to there. So to tinker this. I'm going to show you some of the other features of the interface a little bit more in depth. So let's say we selected this one. I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Okay, more little. I'm going to put it here. If I'm going to, okay, with the shape selected, sorry, from here. Click copy. And then paste. It's gonna paste it. Simple. Copy and paste. With this I can remove it. If I'm going to select a shape and click on duplicate and repeat, it's going to make a copy and repeat it directly in place. As you can see now, if I'm going to drag this shape, I'm going to drag it like this and put it at this distance. And I'm going to click again on duplicate and repeat. Now, he duplicated and repeated with the same, in the same position, so following up the same position that we did at the last time. If I'm going to repeat, as you can see, it's going to repeat it again. The nice feature of this thing, this is very useful. Okay, I'm going to move it a little bit away from here. Right now, I'm holding down the wheel of the mouse in order to move the board around. This one, I'm doing it with right-click button, holding down the right-click button and moving. Okay. Let's say we need to do column. Column are done. Or you want to do something different. I'm going to move it here and make it a little bit move it, make it a little bit more little. No, wait. I've done something wrong. Okay. Duplicate and repeat. I'm going to move it and shrink it a little bit. Duplicate again. Is going to repeat the action. This is very nice if we want to do something like stairs or something like that. Okay. Going to delete this one. What we miss? Okay. This is something that maybe kids will enjoy. These buttons, for example, this one is for Minecraft. So it gives to the kids the amount of element that they need to have this one. And there is also a way, they told me, to export and import it in Minecraft, the game. Never used, actually. I have to be honest. Similar things is for bricks, I mean for Lego. And this is this helps you to understand how many pieces you need to build with Lego a shape, a particular shape like this. It's nice. It's something like this. Okay, it's a game. Okay? I wanted to show you just like this for this purpose. So there are these 3 buttons plus this one. Very, very important. Invite people to design with you. In this pop-up, we're going to click generate new link. Copy link copied, and we can share this link to someone via WhatsApp, via mail, it doesn't matter. Okay, we just need to paste it in the communication, and the person that get access to that link is going to work with us. Maybe one of these days, if we want, we can try it. Okay, just 30 minutes, we're going to do something together. Okay, with this one, I'm going to invite you. Import is a very nice feature, but I'm going to show you in a minute. Export is very useful. Export is what we need to print. So first of all, we need to wait a second. Export. I selected one shape and did export in order to have this choice. Everything in design, so the cylinder and the cup, or the selected shape. In this case, only the cup, the blue cup. So we have 2 different options, 2 different main options to choose between about the file, about the format of the file we are going to export this file. This one is for 3D print. Usually we are going to use STL file. This one is for laser cutting, is a vectorial file, is for laser cut, so it's a bidimensional file. Okay. This I'm going to click on STL, and it's starting a download. Let's hold it there for a minute. Send, let's see this one. So, for example, here we can download locally a picture, a screenshot, a snapshot, sorry, of the area. We can share it to Autodesk Fusion, but hold it for now because a little bit more advanced and we don't need it actually, okay? Or to Google Classroom, and this is very, very, very useful. And maybe we are going to use it very often. If you need to share with me some files, if you need help, and so on. Then Thingiverse printables. This is something that maybe we are going to look up together. But by the way, Thingiverse as printables by Manufactory are maybe I've been showing you already this one. Thingiverse is something where you can find a project 3D model ready-made for print. There are different stuff. For example, this one is for sending disk, but there are many, many things. This is okay. Shoe organizer. This is very nice. Very, very nice. I need it actually. From here, if you have already signed up and logged in, you can download all the file. Here you can see the pictures of the things. This is a 3D model. Here you can see file, things detail. There's some information, remixes. Remixes is when someone did a remix of this one. This is nice. So what does it mean? Like this, you're going to send this project to Thingiverse to share it with other people, with the community. Here there is the button share over EM or email is invite people is the same as we did before. So to show you, copy link because I've already generated a link. Copy link and I'm going to copy a link to the communication, a mail, a WhatsApp message, whatever. This one where the send to. Perfect. But let's say that we need to import something. Drag and drop a 2D or 3D file here, or choose from your computer. Choose a file. That means that you are going to choose a file in which format? STL, object, or SVG. So, just a second. STL and OBJ are actual 3D files. Okay, 3D file format. SVG is a graphic, is a vectorial file, so it's a two-dimensional, bidimensional file format. Why you can import it? Because if you have a vectorial file, an SVG file, you can import a logo or something like that and make it 3D. I will show you in a lesson. I will upload it in a classroom. I will do it like this. So so like this, I'm not going to show you it right now. But choose a file. Right now, I have nothing to upload, but what we can do, we can going to download the basic file of Otto. So you will find a link, this one, ottodi.com/academy. And this is the page. So here there is instruction manual, is a PDF. And this is the same that you will find inside the box that I've been showing you in the other meeting. Is in the PDF version. And it is all the instruction how to assembly the robot. Assemble, sorry, the robot. What we need right now is a 3D print file. Okay, and all of these are updated. This is very nice because if there is no new features or stuff like that, they're going to make this, I mean, upgrade of the file. Also, after people of the community gives feedback to them. So I'm going to click. As you can see, is similar to Thingiverse. Okay. And here we have some pictures that are going to show us the things. So this one are printable files with already made setting. Okay, but we are not going to use this one. Sorry, now is in Italian, is print files and should be, okay? This is file modello. This is the model file. And this is all we need, print 8. I'm going to download all the file. Okay, and I have it here. Now, let's go here. Back to the home view. I'm going to import. Choose file. So in my download folder, is all the file. Okay, here it asks me about the measurement system. If you need millimeters, so in decimal or inches. The scale right now is 100%, means that it's going to give it to us in the exact measurement. We can, for other purpose, scale it. We're going to import it. And this is one of the parts. So we have already the file. From now, we can also try to, if we need to operate that. Maybe we need to remove something here, you know? We can customize the shapes to see if there is. I'm going to select the right one. Now they are different. Il nostro should be, our should be this one, nano shield. Okay, and this is the head of Autumn. So, for example, if kids want to try to customize it, maybe to have some customization, for example, like this, you can make it from here. Okay. So after that we are fine with within the model, let's say that we are fine like this, I'm going to do something like okay, grounded to 0 in the right position, because now I'm going to export this one in STL. Ah, no, I don't want it like this. I'm going to download it. Okay, now we have downloaded this one. What do we need? Is ready-made like this? No, we need to set up the print. Okay, so briefly, because I'm not going to make it too long, and on this time we need just to, for this first meeting, we need just to have an overview on Tinkercad and how to use it for those that didn't have right now the opportunity to explore it. Okay. Auto head. Okay, perfect. Right now we need something called a slicer. What is a slicer? I'm going to make a research. Slicer is a suite, is a program that makes our STL file, this one, into printable files. So it means that inside that has settings and information for the 3D printer. Right now, I have already downloaded software. I'm going to install it. Okay, for Windows user, for all of you, I will write down a series of link, a list of links, sorry, of the most important, sorry, the most important and most common and famous software, slicing software. Okay, so okay, let's add an object. I'm going to locate auto head. Okay. First of all, I'm going to import the object. Maybe no. Wait, sorry. So first of all, we need in every slicing software. I'm going to make it. Sorry, one step back. I'm going to make it a little faster here right now, also because I don't want to get it too much longer right now for the first time. By the way, here I have 3 different kind of setting for the printer, for the filament that I'm going to use, and for the print itself. First of all, the printer. Host type, there is this kind of offset. This is something that usually you are not going to really use. So, this is the setting for the extruder of the printer. So here we are going, maybe for those that never used, we are going to set up, especially for you. For example, for the Spain Institute, that the printer has arrived a few days ago, if I'm not wrong. So we can set up this part together. Wait a second, there is also filament setting, just to show. Bed shape. For example, my bed shape is a circular one for the one that I use, but you can have rectangular usually. You're going to input the diameter, I mean the size of X and Y axis for that, okay? Number of extruder, if it has an heated bed or not. This is something that the G code flavor, we are going to use it. Rep wrap is something as a kind of firmware that use the 3D printers. As I said, the extruder for the diameter usually are 0.4 diameter. Here, this is something about the retraction. This is something more technical, that is something that we are going to see while we print. Some print setting. So the layer height, first layer height, infill is if we need to fill up some area, skirt and brim, support material, speed, all the setting for the print itself. So speed, as I said, temperature and so on. And then filament, where we are going to set up which kind of filament we are going to use. This is important because it gives us also some nice information if we want to understand also prices. Because if we use, we input also density gram for centimetry, for cube centimeter, or and sorry, for the cost of money for kilo of filament. We can also have estimate. We can also estimate the cost of the print, more other than time and so on. Okay. After said that, this part I'm going to show you in another video. I'm going to do it in the next days, next week. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to record this kind of call. If someone of you can participate, that would be great. In order like this, we can make maybe some exercise together while online, and you can ask me anything. That would be nice, so I can give you feedback if something is not clear. And last thing, okay, maybe the last thing here. I wanted to show you this part. Or this is something where you can do simulation for access for circuit boards. For example, here is something that I've been using for Arduino last summer to simulate a drone. Start simulation. Okay, as you can see now, they are moving these wheels. This is a simulation for a drone, for the motor of a little drone. Here there is also other components if you want to do it, and there is I will share it because I found a link. Let's see, here there is also tutorial. I will show you. I wait for the simulation of Otto here in circuits. So this will be very useful because, like we said, in this way, before to make the connection, before to make also the code and so on, and so risking to burn the boards of Arduino, we can simulate it before. So this is also another exercise that we can do without having in hands the kit. And also the code blocks. So that's it for today. Perfect. So this is everything for today for this lesson, and I hope everything will be clear. And if it's not, please give me a feedback on the via mail for now, and then on the classroom when it's ready. I will update you. I will notify you with this with news about the classroom. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Bye bye.